Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am really excited to share my latest project with you guys. And this one was super easy, a little time consuming in the fact that there are steps you have to take before you can just dive right into a project, which is something I really like to do. But I'm learning patience is a virtue and you need to have those for this project. So it's no surprise that I am redoing my dining room and my kitchen. I've shared a little bit of that with you guys. We haven't gotten there yet. The wallpaper has been ordered, the border has been ordered, the paint has been ordered, just waiting for it to come in. And by the way, I have not bought wallpaper for a super long time, but I do remember back the last time I did buy it, which was probably the late 90s, I didn't pay a shipping charge to get it to the store. Just bought it from the store, and when it was there, they let me know. Well, now they have shipping charges, just to let you know so that you don't find yourself going, what? Like I did. If you order wallpaper or border that is not in stock with a store, which, I mean, there's really not a whole lot that you will find in stock at any store, you're going to pay a shipping cost. So just to let you know, I was a little surprised, but whatever. I mean, it is what it is, and I'm excited to do my little reno project. I've seen all over Pinterest, I've seen all over TikTok, I've seen all over, I'm just kidding, I don't ever watch TikTok. I never, zero interest in the TikTok. But I have seen this project everywhere, and it is drop cloth curtains. But you know how you see something and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to do that, and then you do it and you're like, oh, this does not match my house, this does not look good on me, this da-da-da-da-da-da-da, it's just not for you. And that's what I was super worried about with this project, was these curtains look fabulous in everything I'm seeing, but are they going to look fabulous in my home? So after contemplating it for about a week, because I am like the biggest procrastinator, I am so undecisive, I cannot make up my mind, I'm trying to get better, I decided we're gonna do this. So I went down to Lowe's and I bought just regular drop cloths. They come in a package. These are cotton drop cloths. For my needs, I just needed a 6x9. I only have 7-foot ceilings in my house. The width of it is 6, the length of it is 9, and that was going to work out extremely perfect for what I wanted to do with them. There are some things about this project that it doesn't tell you no matter where you look. And that is, drop cloths can kind of come in like 2 different shades. They can have like a natural sand, kind of a taupe-esque look, if you will, or they can actually pull a serious gray shade. And I didn't notice that until I just randomly grabbed 3 that I needed and put them together, and I was like, oh, one of these things is not like the other. So I had 1 gray and 2 kind of natural looking. So you want to be really careful when you're picking out your drop cloths, get them all together. Also, you can dye your drop cloth, you can bleach your drop cloth, you can leave it natural. I wanted to go with the natural, hoping that this is what's going to look best in my room when it's done. Now again, my room is a work in progress. I haven't started painting, I haven't done anything, I've just made the curtains. So, another thing that they don't tell you in these projects is when you get your drop cloth, they smell like oil. They actually stink. Mine smells good because I washed it. But if you were to do that straight out of the package, it's like, whew. It literally smells like they pulled them off of an oil rig or something. So you definitely want to wash your drop cloth before you do anything to it to get that smell out. Make it nice and soft, get it in the dryer, dry it good. Another thing they don't tell you is just because the drop cloth says it's 6 by 9 doesn't mean it's a squared 6 by 9. So I learned to start at one end of my drop cloth and iron it up. Almost like you're using a plow and you're pushing that snow. You're pushing the fabric and you're going up with it with your iron. And then you bring it out to the corners. Like you just want to get it as flat as you possibly can and as square as you can. And the iron, don't just start in the middle and like go out. Pick a corner, doesn't matter which one. Get your fine line on the bottom, make it nice and straight, and push up and out from there. And I found that to have the absolute best results possible. So the first thing I had to do is I had to change the location of my curtain rod. They were located in my window frame and I wanted them up higher. And this was for the reason of the hooks I'm using to hold my curtains. If I had left the rod where it was and I had put the hooks on my new drop cloth curtain and I hung it up, you would see this much of the top of the window with the blind and before the curtain actually started. So you had your hooks, you had space, and then the curtain. And I said, this is not gonna work for me. So what I did is I marked 2.5 inches from the ceiling down on each side of my window, and I relocated my hardware up to that point, and that worked perfect for my room. So after my drop cloth was washed and dried, I found it easiest to clear off my dining room table, lay down a blanket, and use that as the ironing board to iron my drop cloth on top of. So that's what I did. I spread it out on my dining room table and I started ironing it. I picked a corner, a top, a bottom, if you will, and I worked my way up, pushing the fabric as I went, trying to make it as square as you possibly can with a drop cloth. The drop cloth that I bought has a seam that ran down the center the long way, which is exactly what I wanted because that's where I was going to cut it. I was going to take that one panel and create two for my curtains with it. So you simply lay your fabric down on the table, get it nice and smooth, and you want to cut up that center seam. Seam, and it's one drop cloth per window will give me two panels for my size windows. Now that we have the panels cut, it's time to figure out how long do I want them and what am I going to do with the top. I decided, because I wanted to keep this as a no-sew project right now, that what I wanted to do is have my curtains come down to my floor, and I wanted to fold the top over. I basically folded the top of my curtain over, creating almost a ruffle in the front, if you will. I measured 16.5 inches, and that is how long I was going to make that ruffle. Next, we need a way to hold these curtains so that we can hang them. And I found that this particular hook was the best option. It has the ring on top and the clip on the bottom, and you just clip this part to your curtain and this goes over your rod. This was perfect, and they're not very much money. So we bought a few packages of those, and I decided to find the center point of each panel, clip it there, clip one on each edge, and then find the center point from the edge to the middle and add another clip in both spots for a total of 5 clips on each panel. Now it's time to put the panels on our curtain rod and get them up on the wall. One thing that I noticed about my curtains when I put them up was the fact that the middle kind of had a gap. It would kind of open a little bit, you could kind of see through it, it would pull apart. I did not want mine to just hang straight so that you can open them and close them. I don't like the look of seeing a blind when the curtains are open. That's just my personal preference. It bugs me. So that wasn't an option for me. Wanted to go back to the tie backs to pull them back nicely and have something pretty holding them back. My idea was antique lace, but we'll get there in a moment. So I've hung my curtain rod and I have that space in the middle where the folded over edge meets. And I simply used 3 safety pins, and I pinned my fabric together from behind, and then I pinned my fabric together in the front and close. And that just holds it closed. So there's no more gap in my curtain. It's not pulling apart. It's nice and flush to the fabric. But this allowed me to be able to pull back the panels and tie them off. I wanted to use an antique lace or like an antique ruffle for a tie back. I did go to Joann's last night and I purchased some. I did not purchase enough. I need to go back and get one more yard. Like, that is just the story of my life. I always think I have such a great plan in place, and my problem is I am so impulsive. I have to go get it now. It'll be fine. Who needs measurements? Don't be Shawn. Be somebody smarter. Don't be impulsive like me. This is how I've been my whole life, and it is the bane of my existence. It's not even a yard. I'm just short one length to make one tie back. So I just need to go get like even a half of a yard and I'm good. I can put them on. So for right now, I just use my old tie backs. They don't match. It's okay. I'm good with that. This room is not completely put together yet. So it is what it is. I am super happy with how these curtains came out. It's just amazing. Now, if you didn't want to leave a raw edge, which you will have where you cut it up the center, you can actually fold that in 1/2 of an inch and just run it through your sewing machine and make a little seam. I don't care about that because you actually can't see that there is a raw edge on one. These curtains look completely finished no matter how you look at them, which is the best part of them being no sew. And so far, so good. Just see what I did there? So I've got my 3 curtains all done. I think it's amazing the amount of light that they bring into this room. I love the fact that I now lift my shades all the way up. My other curtains I did love them. In fact, you can see one right back there on that window. My daughter hated them. She's like, "Ma, you're too young to have curtains like that." But traditional was like my style at that moment, and my style is changing and evolving, and it has something to do with how my house is. So what better way to change and evolve than to go with the flow? And Farmhouse it is. So. Trigger warning, trigger warning. I also picked up some great anvil gray chalky kind of paint, and I am actually going to paint the antique buffet I got this amazing anvil charcoal color. I like it actually. I think this is going to look fabulous on that antique hutch, and it's just going to pull this whole room together. I might even do the table in this somehow. So there you have it. Some amazing, super easy curtains that you literally can do in one day. The time-consuming part is once you open the package, you'll see for yourself, it really does smell like an oil field. You definitely want to wash them. Now, if you're also going to bleach your drop cloths or dye them, you also want to do that before you do any type of measuring and making for your curtains. You want to have your cloth completely prepared for how you want it. Mine was fine natural. I like the fact that there is some imperfections in it. I like that there is maybe a darker spot here or there. I like that look. I think it just really looks super good. I'm very pleased with how they came out. I really couldn't be any happier. I was very surprised. My husband actually liked them. But the most mind-blowing thing is my daughter Nicole and I have absolute opposite ends of the earth taste. If I like it, she's not gonna. If she likes it, I'm not going to. And I showed her my curtains, which I try not to show her too much because she'll like go right at you. If she don't like it, you could be like, "Look what I did," and she'll be like, "Bleh," and then you're like, I don't like them anymore. But this time, it actually worked out. She loved them. And I was even gonna put a little bit of lace along that panel in the front. I just thought it would look really pretty, and she's like, "No, don't do that." So she did talk me right out of that, and I'm glad she did. I like the very plain look that it gave me. It is perfect for my dining room, and I think once we have everything together, that this is going to look so amazing. So amazing. They're no sew. Ha ha ha. I've had way too much caffeine. And now I just have to decide on the type of curtains I want to put in my kitchen. And I think I'm going to do something with the drop cloth again, but I think I'm going to make them different. We'll have to wait and see. So don't be afraid to try something new like I am. Don't put your projects off and your designs off and second guess yourself. Jump right in, because 99.999% of the time, it's going to turn out great and you're just going to be so happy that you did, just like I am. I have some other sewing projects that actually involve a sewing machine that I'm super excited to share with you guys as well. Those are going to come up on another video. I'm going to save those. We made some aprons and they just came out fabulous. I think the first thing that I ever sewed in my whole life was a Halloween costume for my daughter Nicole. So this would have been back in 1991, and it was a little pumpkin, and I still have it. And I have to say it came out amazing. So thank you for joining me as I showed you my simple little DIY project that I've done. This is going to be the weekend of DIY projects. I've just let too much get behind me and I have too many things stacking up that I need to do. So I think this weekend I'm going to dive right in and get them done, starting with my dining room curtains. If you enjoyed this video, please hit a like, share, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There's so much more coming and I wouldn't want you to miss a thing. I don't think you would want to miss a thing either. So thank you so much for being with me today, and I will see you real soon.